Good morning, everybody. Hi, Suggen. Hi, Damian. I see you're on early. So, for everyone else, why am I creating my own distribution? Well, for work, we work in creating solutions for people to advertise or to do info displays, like you see in museums that tell you about a display item. My job in the company is to create a system that we can install onto any machine, and then the coding team either develops a web-based system or a something based on one of the game engines to show off whatever product the customer needs. Obviously, the web stuff and the game engine stuff doesn't interest me at all. What interests me is distribution engineering, basically, I guess. Such a marketing term, creating solutions. Well, I was always told that I had a gift for marketing. I do talk a lot of shit. But it is basically in it. Like, basically, our whole company structure is that we use Gentoo as our base, and we work with Gentoo as much as possible, so we both benefit. So we use Gentoo as a testbed for all the features that we need. So basically, we use the users to look for bugs for us. We then use a month-old snapshot, which we know already what bugs are there, and we fixed everything that we need. So we end up with a nice stable system. Our clients never get issues because Gentoo's already found it. How do we give back? Well, if we're looking for the bugs, part of my job is to make sure those bugs are fixed so we don't ever deal with them. So it's a good thing where I get to work with the Gentoo developers, and my company get to give back, basically, to Gentoo at the same time. So, some previous streams we were working on version 2 of that, but what we actually need to do today is refix up some of the version 1 release of this, so I can show you that, I hope. Sorry, Tifa. If I log into root, yeah, we like Gentoo. So basically, if I work with Debian, we couldn't have any say in what happens, really. It's hard for us. So we'd have to go... So anything we need, we can just talk directly to the Gentoo developers and ask them, what do we do to get that to work? Like let's try and think of something I can use. So we want LTO binaries in the bin package. All I have to do is go and talk to one of the devs that are working on that project to make it happen, ask them, what do you need to do to make this happen? And they tell me, and then we can just work together and get that working. Yeah, sometimes we haven't got the expertise to work on it, but sometimes we do. And it's kind of a way that we can get what we want while making sure Gentoo's better for everyone at the same time. There's also a little element of, I know Gentoo better than any other distribution out there as well. So it'd be a bit silly for me to use Debian that I know fuck all about. And there goes my monetization. Right. So let's go. Var tempdb catalyst. Let me show you. I did reboot and fix the cave. I know Debian's better deep down. It's not better for me, and that's all that matters. It might be better for others, but not for us. I was actually talking to my boss a while ago. Be careful in what I'm saying here, and I was showing just like how much we can shape how things happen, and he was just blown away. It's yeah, I don't think we could do anything like we could do with any other distribution like we quite can do with Gentoo. Because I mean, our part of our thing is to make sure that everything we do, like nearly everything, is given back to Gentoo. The only stuff obviously we don't give back is the stuff that the client uses, but the actual distribution itself, anyone can make it. Right, CD-ROM. I forgot to set the CPU. So we actually build everything for x86 version 3 only, because that's the only types of machines we use. But it is quite easy for us to build for any type of system that a client wants. So we could switch to ARM, RISC, anything, like drop a hat. You know what? I'd rather be sober than use Nix. Hey mate, how you doing? As you can see, distribution boots up quite fast. This is only the 1.1 release, so it's not as great as it will be with newer versions. But as you can tell, it's me. We're using Mate as the underlying base. Everything's in RAM, so we've got the entire system that runs in RAM. And yeah, you can see it just literally loads up a web browser in this build of the version. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do some cleanups and try and get this system a little bit more ready ship-shape for production. So let's go and check. So, any questions before we go? Suppose they're going to check on YouTube. So, have they got any questions? Gentoo based distro? Yeah, always a Gentoo based distribution. So the difference between version 1 and version 2. Version 2 is going to be more a general purpose distribution. So you could use it for any type of system you want. Basically, you just feed in some use flags and it will spit out a distribution tailor-made to what the client needs. Version 1's a little bit more, shall we say, hackfest. Are you actually going to build Xenia? Never. I will never build Xenia Warrior Princess. She's just a poster on my wall. You know what? I actually need an Xenia poster on my wall. I actually got a nice little space for it on the wall as well. Yeah, I'm going to get one. Right, okay. I'll tell you what. Let's see if we can make this a reality. Bear with. Lee will be impressed. We're going on the Lee tangent right here. Okay. Oh, perfect. Fuck's sake. Right, let's go back. Fuck off, soccer. Not say that in front of me. Right. Save image as. You're going to see my wonderful GIMP art skills here. I hope my boss ain't watching. He'd be like, you know, he's expecting this to be done today, and then there's just me colouring Xena fucking donation tracker. Right. Let's see if I can figure this out. Fill with white. Okay, that should do it. Why can't I fill that in? Do I need to save it? Ah, here we go. There we go. Maybe I need to do this. Oh. Oh. There we go. Make that a bit bigger. Perfect. Oh, no shit. No, don't revert. Don't revert. I wonder if I should make the background... Nah, fuck it. We'll have the background white. There we go. There we go. We've got the donation chart working now. We're all going to put towards getting a Xena the Warrior Princess poster on my wall. The most important donation goal in my life. Let's crack on with this though. So I've already built the image. What I need to do is play about with the FS tap script. Basically what this does is it gets run at build time and it sets some system stuff. Why is it covered up what you said? I'm going to have to go and look on the... Oh, no, I didn't want that. Viagra was better. You didn't like the Viagra one. But for the people that don't know, I was going on a date at the weekend a while back, and we made the donation goal to be a packet of Viagra. To be honest, if you've got Xena in your room, you wouldn't really need Viagra. Okay, so let's take a look at this. I am going to take this out. We're going to remove, so basically the wallpaper gets set in preset beforehand. I'm going to move that out of this script and set it into an auto start moving forward. I will do that by making a note. Like I say, the version 1 release is a little bit janky, to say the least. When you see the version 2 stuff, you'll understand the difference. A date? No, a date with a... Why would I be buying Viagra to go on a date with my daughter? Come on, mate. All that help. Yeah. Fuck's sake. Of all the fucking things I've ever heard. Okay, so that now changes this. We don't need it. All this stuff does is set the power to how we want it so it doesn't log off. And what we'd also want is this script changed. So we're going to remove running Chrome being set to run automatically and push it into an auto start script. This will make sense in a bit. Yes, this is how much shit I need to run to get Chrome to run. Ridiculous, right? And now the web browser doesn't automatically start anymore. This will probably have to be changed soon now. So what we do is we load all the web data straight into RAM. So basically everything runs from the disk. So I can literally yank the I can yank out the USB at any time. Right, this disables Chrome. Well, Chrome updates. That's perfect. So I think this should build an ISO that are built straight into Mate, and we can start looking to see what we need to do next. I do wonder... No, let's just keep it simple for now. Let's just keep it here. So all I need to do now is run Catalyst to rebuild my new image. And let's see where this goes. We're going to check in on YouTube, see how they're doing. What's that? Hey man, I want to say I don't get to stop in often. They always brighten up my day to see you streaming. Oh, thank you very much, Spice Rack. Do like a spice as well. We've got binaries already built for all this stuff, so it shouldn't take long. We'll also take advantage of the new feature that Nora made for our company, which puts persistent memory into the Gentoo ISO. One thing I want to look into is how do you set keyboard shortcuts? So, Mate, set keyboard shortcuts. So what the company want is a way to just load up Karja. Karja is the Mate file manager. And I'm going to try and get that working today. Everyone's going to tell me to do it from a GUI. I don't want to do it from a GUI. I want to do it from command line. To be honest, it might even just be Explorer buttons. What the hell is the Explorer button? We'll probably have to have a look at this in a second. It'll be something to do with decoff. We can get that working. Ooh. Right, let's help someone out on Reddit quickly while we're here. Where's Virtual Manager? There we go. Da -da 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 -da. Fix KVM, yes I have, hence the it running faster. And that also explains why I was getting some hardware errors, because I have to undervolt my CPU by minus 25 millivolts to get XMP to be stable. Okay, so libvirt's running. That should mean if I load this again, I should be able to help this guy. I can't remember where you said it. Is it under new? Let me try. Oh. Where is it? I can't remember. Ah, there it is. Overview. So if I do alt print screen, is it control print screen? Why does print screen not work anymore? Right, let's just make it do the entire fucking thing. Why can't I get things working? You'd think I'd be good at this stuff by now, wouldn't you? But no. No. Now I've lost GIMP. There she is. Hey? What the fuck happened there? Oh. Shit. Hey, it's a cheap view guy. How you doing, mate? Oh. So what kind of distribution? It's a Gentoo based distribution for my work needs. It's basically it. We'll see in a second when I finish. I'm just helping someone quick on Reddit. We lovely tangents on this stream. Let's crack back on to this. So we built the ISO. Now I should be able to load this back up again, and this time it should just go. Oh shit! If I do the path correctly. It should just load up our base image with nothing on top, so it's caching directly to RAM now. And now the system's loading. You can see the Plymouth logo going around. Excellent. So you can see now we don't get the wallpaper come up because we removed that from the config earlier on. And there we go. But you're probably sitting there thinking, well, great, you've made it worse now, haven't you? So how are we going to make this better? Well, that I can show you. Now, in theory, I should be able to load up the ISO as a network block device. Let's find out if this works. Oh, I need to mod probe NBD. Try that again. Okay, so it's mounted the image. Excellent. Now, if I load it again, but this time we're going to tell it to use the file rather than the CD-ROM drive. Drive. Hey, Lee Squared, how you doing? Of course it's based on Gentoo, you know it's based on Gentoo. So anyone that's new pops on, basically my work creates digital signage software. My job in the company is to make the operating system that it relies on. So obviously underlining all those wonderful adverts you probably see out in the world is probably my stupid software that powered by Gentoo. And yeah, judging how poor I am, you ain't going to be seeing many of them. But one day, this software is going to be the best software in the world, and every single advert you see is going to be powered by a Gentoo Linux machine. I think at the moment we've got 10 out in the wild, and they are running in a museum somewhere. I'm not sure what museum it is, but wait, this should work. Oh, there we go. We're booting from the ISO now. Okay. Let's see if this works. We do keep as close a stock as possible to Gentoo, because obviously we want everything we do to go back to Gentoo. What's the point of us working against them when we can just work together? That is our company's motto. If I go to places now, you can see there I've got a 3.2 gig drive. That wasn't there before. I don't know if you saw or not. Shit. I can't remember what the password was. Let's take a look. So if I do... What would the distribution try and accomplish? So basically it will be a self-running system. So it'll basically run everything into RAM directly, and then it will load up whatever the client needs. So let's say it was an advert for a bakery product. It would load up and then it would just show that advert. Then it'll kick over to whatever the web team designed or the programming team designed to show an advert for like a croissant or something like that. But my part of the job is just to make a rock solid distribution that is as fast as possible, and no matter what someone does to it. Yeah, basically like an embedded system kind of thing. I think the job title was Senior Embedded System Architecture, something stupid like that. It's a really cool title, I gotta admit. I want to tell girls that's what you do for a job, though. Fucking makes you do. They're just like, alright, so you're smart then. And obviously, we all know I ain't smart. Right, okay, so we can see here that /dev SDA4 is where all the action is happening. What I probably should be able to do is mount that. Let's try it. SDA4. Yep, we've got an XFS thing. So basically, one of the things my company has greenlighted is adding persistent memory to Gentoo ISOs. So you can now create your own ISO and actually just have some storage space on there if we need it. And that's one of the benefits again of why we work with Gentoo. Why just make it for ourselves when we can make it for everyone to use? You know, we get a lot from Gentoo. Why don't we give what we get from Gentoo back to them? So let's close this down. Let's disconnect the disconnect that. And if I edit this, I'll go back down a half a mile. You can see here I set up a script to automatically mount the the file system. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to change that to match what we got now. I think it's just changing the 5 to a 4. Yeah. Right, let's rebuild this system quickly then. This is the problem when you build stuff directly into the distribution itself. Every time you want to change something like this, you need to rebuild. We'll go and check into YouTube quickly. Ah, same question, so no issue there. We'll see if this guy is okay. I was thinking of switching back to Void Linux on a laptop. I mean, you can get Discover working on Gentoo, I think. I don't know how well it works. I mean, I'm not a KDE person, so I'm the worst person to ask. But I've heard people say it works. That's the best advice I can give. Oh, that coffee was fucking lovely. Lovely boy, that one. Nah, kind of makes sense. I get you on that. You're not going to get my blessing, but it's the closest you're ever going to get to it. Just make it work on Gentoo, innit? And don't forget the x86 64 version 3-bin packages exist as well, so you won't lose much performance. If anything, it'll still be faster than Void. But obviously, the Gentoo propaganda is strong in this stream, so you use what works best for you, but we're going to tell you. You're not allowed to like Void. Look, in Gentoo we're pro-choice for absolutely everything other than what distribution you pick. So stop having this wrong think, alright? If you're wondering what the immersion bit is, basically it's just removing all the dependencies that aren't needed. Like, we don't need GCC on the on an image going to a customer. We don't need all the build dependencies, so we just chuck that all out. That would be more like your, you know, like when you get yourself a basic Debian system. Still a lot more customized than that, but you know what? Fair play to you, and at least it's not Alpine either. So, that actually is a planned feature that we can add moving forward, but at the moment, if they want to add anything, they need to put a custom order in, and then I get extra money. I probably shouldn't joke than saying that I don't really want that feature added, but smart and dumb. It's kind of that. I have got plans in the works to get this, to make that so the customer can add stuff, but at the moment, a rock stable system is my priority. Someone complained about the thing. My distribution should have a coffee maker. You know what? That is the best idea. If you can call it, I want a coffee maker, right? You born English and you still haven't. What's wrong with my English? Days. I think I'm dyslexic, to be honest. I'm not too sure if it's dyslexic or just being really, really dumb. Like, it could be either, couldn't it, really? Right, so what I can do now is reconnect the ISO to a network block device. So for those people that don't know what QEMU network block device does, is you can actually load an image directly into a way that so it acts like an actual hard drive onto your computer. Remember like Diamond tools back on Windows? I don't know if anyone's old enough to remember this. You know what to do? You're probably right. That's probably where I am. At this point, I feel like I'm catching every single three-letter illness you can get, and but it doesn't overwrite the fact that I'm still an idiot. Right, so that should now work. We should now be able to boot back into our distribution. Dialectic. I've definitely got the problem with numbers. Like, you start talking numbers to me, my head just blanks out. Why is this taking a long time? Well, that took a while. That's a bit weird. Alright, nerd. Look, everyone point and laugh at Maze for being a nerd. You'll never catch any other nerds being in this stream. So if I go now to computer, you should see that my hard drive is mounted. You know what, let's not do it this way, let's do it this way. If I go here, then go mount. Aha! You can see right there on, right here, I have got the hard drive image to mount straight away. I used to be cool. Maze, your coolness is just like I used to be smart, never existed. I think they replied back, hang on. I admire your commitment. So basically, I did an image on, the guy asked on Reddit about Burp Manager, so I uploaded this image. Some guy who I got a lot of respect for, a very, very good person in the Gentoo community, he asked me what the title of our font was all about. Remember me and Tommy were having were arguing one day? Well, yeah, part of that was me setting that font. I explained to him that it was that, and then he just said, "Oh, my commitment to bad fonts." So no new drama, unfortunately. Just my stupidity getting thing. You know what I'm like. I always set stuff on my streams to get people to be able to see and enjoy. Okay. Anyway, so where have we got to? It's a very fancy font. I also know that Luna hates fonts that are, you know, got the squiggly lines on them. God, English is definitely my first language, as you can tell. What did I even call that? During that writing? It's like, yeah, I'm a smart boy. Okay, give me a second just to get some composure. So what we've done on the distribution now is we've cleaned out the auto start of Chrome. We've also removed the wallpaper being set, and now we want to move that into a position where it's easier for our... Yeah, I'm a native speaker of English. As you can tell by my accent, I am a native speaker of English. My nation created the language. Boy, I can butcher it. But the best part about being from the country that did it, everything I says is right because my nation made it. Right, let us go and start doing some tweaks then, shall we? So if I, now that I've mounted the, now I've connected the ISO image to, now I've connected the ISO image to network block device, I can actually just mount a partition as I would do normally. So we know it's partition 4, so basically I've done like the old, like on NVMe, you see you get the NVMe 0, 1, partition 4 kind of stuff. Colour, yeah, colour's the proper way of spelling it. And I can now mount that to mount USB. And if I show you, well, look, I can just... You can see right down there, I've actually mounted the ISO image as if it was a proper hard drive on my system. So what I'm going to do now is copy home imlo live stream. And I'm going to put that in /mount USB. I'm then going to do it again, and this time put the R in, so it all works. There we go. So if I go into here, ls, all this stuff installs the stuff to do. So we've got security keys, we've got the host name. So by default, it calls itself live stream. What does not work? You know what, Lee? All my life I've always looked up to America, thinking it was one of the greatest countries on earth. After the last 10-15 years of looking at your country, I'm sat there thinking, what the fuck did I ever think that? Thank God I'm fucking British. Okay, so what this script does is it moves things into the correct places. So basically, the team on the ground can just activate or deactivate stuff as they need it. No, it's color with the U. Well, I no longer need that. Right, so what I want to set here is a wallpaper. Right. I think that's right. So if I copy this into here, set wallpaper. Can't spell wallpaper. What I'm probably going to have to do is find that fucking wallpaper, though. Where is it? Oh, is that the end of the music? I'm going checking on YouTube again. Hello, YouTube people. Hope you're doing alright over there. I wonder what this is. Wallpaper. Hey, Roxy. Do you know React JavaScript? Please say you do. Because I think you got work you can start right away if you you do. If I get you into a meeting with my boss, would you up for that? I do not know. It's not my area, Roxy. All I can do is try and get you some work. That's the best I can do. Just remember my donation links when that happens. 50% of your earnings does me just fine. Thank you. Right, let me go and see if I've got anything. I think I put the wallpaper on here. Yes, I did. So if I copy this. So all I should have to do is paste this in here. And that should allow me... This should mean that if I unmount this... Look, do you want me to set up the meeting or not? That's basically what I'm saying. Right, if I now mount this... start this. Sure, I'm in, okay. I love this song. This is my favourite Final Fantasy song. Gives me chills every time. Best scene of any game, I think. And I think the music sets it off. Right, I'll get that set up for you later on, Roxy. No worries. Aha, see, and now, because I've added that extra little bit in there, the wallpaper now gets loaded up by default. It's like magic, isn't it? The next thing we need to do is get the web browser to start, I guess. I think. Do you think the web browser's next? Let me go watch a shit video. Fucking brilliant. So if I start Chrome, yeah, it does all that bollocks. Obviously, we don't want any of this to start up when the customer sees it, do we? So we need to get rid of that. And I'll just smack the fucking mic as I do things. So. Let us mount. No, man. I don't think I really need to set a variable. A variable. Okay. And then right down the bottom we'll have a Start Chrome. Yeah, it makes sense in a second while we're doing a normal launch and a different one in a second. You'll see why. Let's see if anyone can guess why. Okay, so when I eject this next time I load it up, it should load Chrome for me. So let's go and see if it does that, shall we? Well, that's not a good sign. Feel like that's a failure. Let's try setting execution a bit on this. Right, let's try loading again, see what happens this time. If this doesn't work, then I need to go and look what the fuck's up with my command that I've pulled across. Give it 10 minutes, see what happens. I suppose what we could do is just load the script, see what happens. Because it'll kick out a... So if I just did... Well, that's... Oh, I think I see why. What the fuck's the... Anyone know what the, where the fuck... Where's me? Ah, there. I couldn't find where my backspace is. Obviously I'm using a US keyboard layout on a UK keyboard. So let's try setting that there. And then that there. Right, so now everything is... Oh, no, I don't want to echo... it's because I fucking echoed it. There. I understand. Why is that there, though? I don't think that needs to be there. So let's get rid of it. Okay, let's try that. Let's see what happens if I now reboot. Well, that's not quite what I had in mind. Oh, it does work. It just takes fucking forever. Okay, well that works. I can take that. Let me think. Maybe I can do some... Oh, it's because of that sleep timer. So it waits 30 seconds. So if I move that to after here, get rid of that. And if I restart now, this is the problem of when you add hacks to things. Hacks interfere with other things, and that's the reason why we always fix things properly normally. Of course, it's a version 1 release, so hacks are kind of expected. But if we wait a second now, it should load a heck of a lot faster. There you go. See what I mean? That was it. So it was that 30-second wait that was causing the issues. So what I need to do now is add a debug feature. So sometimes the web developers want to find out what's going on. What do you mean, what will my distro be? What's its design purpose? So at the moment it's so basically, you know, when you see adverts and when you go to museums you see those display points that tell you about the exhibit you're seeing. So sometimes, you know, you see like an ancient bit of bone, you don't know what the bone's about, so you see those little tablets and they tell you all about it. This distribution is what powers those displays. And apparently I'm just going to make that full screen. Fuck me. It's really fun. I mean, obviously, my intrigue is always how the distributions all come together and stuff like that, and designing systems to make sure that the thing just stays up all the time. But for other people, the interest is the magic of making things work. So let's us do. Hang on. So what I'm going to have to do is quickly put you into a hidden mode. We'll go and check on YouTube first. Hello, YouTube people again. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and hide you, and I'm going to go and grab an option that needs to be added to this. You'll see why in a sec. Well, you won't be able to see because basically I don't want you to see what we discussed behind closed doors. So let me just hide you away. There we go. Right, I'm going to go and look under Tifa's shirt right now. Right. Let me see what. Where is it hidden? I am sorry this is not great TV. We will be back in a second. Just got to copy this shit out and then I'll be outside of the work stuff. Not there's anything interesting going on in our work chat, but you know it is. There might be something in there. Okay, right, let me close down that. So yeah, basically I am just accessing some company secret stuff, chats to get a config. Bear with, and we'll be back in action as soon as I remember where I left it. There we go. Yeah, so basically I needed to pull down the remote stuff that the work need, which is just this stuff here. So basically that means now whenever the company, when the client complains that something's not working on the web front, they've now got a way to start a debug terminal. Or a debug browser, I think that's the word I'm looking for. So that should be exactly the same. Which it is. No Firefox. Selective secret stuff, you got it. So basically, at the moment, no. But I am pushing for Firefox going forward. So basically, when I joined the company, they were already, you know, doing stuff with off-the-shelf solutions. They hired me to be the guy that builds their stuff for them in a to build their stuff. What's the word I'm looking for here? They wanted someone to make an in-house solution for them. That's what I'm doing. So one of my plans for moving forward is obviously that we start using Firefox. I do actually have a test image where Firefox is working, and we are looking into that. I don't think the developers like it because it enforces W3C standards, but hey, it's not my problem. I don't need to work on that. Okay. And so now... So now by default then, it will normal launch Chrome. And if I do Control A rather than do Control A... Fuck it, there we go. Ugh. Oh my good God, what is going on? Right, just... What have I done? There we go. I don't know why we're doing sudo node. Someone said they need it, so I made it work. So I know absolutely nothing about website stuff. I just do what people tell me. hash. Well, someone seems quite stupid, but fair enough. Probably don't say that, names, because they do follow the stream. But the guy that's doing it, he seems to know his stuff, so they're not Linux people, let's put it that way. Right, remove a hash. Why can't I spell launch? Okay, so I think we're done. I think that's it. This now means they've got everything they want at work, I believe. I don't think they give me any other tasks to do. Oh, they wanted keyboard shortcut, didn't they? What I probably want to do. I mean, yeah, obviously, but you can get that working later on. Ready? When you get into the company, Maze, you can suggest this, and then we can get it working properly with version 2. I think that's kind of what we're doing. We're making a product. So basically, we're going through a transition, aren't we, from using the off-the-shelf solutions to an in-house solution. So there's a lot more hacks in this version. While we're getting version 1 is basically that transition stage. Does that make sense? Right, let's copy everything in. Right, copy /rv/mount. Okay, so that's copied everything over to there. Now what I want to do is... What do I want to do? I want to try and get network discovery working. Is that AVA? I forgot what it's called. You know when it basically tells you the host name of the machine. Luckily, all these machines are offline, so no one can get in. We're kind of saved by the fact that is, but yeah, we are aware of our security vulnerabilities when we do get to the stage of putting these onto actual machines that connect to the internet. Right, so let me go and check this out. So I believe this is what sets network name. So basically, you know, when you get the host name, you can go and usually it sends it to the it sends the host name to a machine. So when you do like a lookup on it, it tells you what the machine's called. Now it works for some machines, but it doesn't work for everything. And I believe Damian told me this was the program I need. So let's go take a look at this. No, I don't want to do that. Well, if this is the case, I might just better get away with doing this without rebuilding. Let me try. Let me try. I Tell you what, let's load it up. I thought it was DHCP as well that did this, but it's not. It works on some programs, but not everything. Now, I just cannot figure out what sets it. This is the best clue I've got. So, my plan is to try and turn it on, give it to the boss, and see if it fixes it. I have managed to like hold this off as a version 2 proper fix, but yeah, I don't get it. Now, all my computers see the host name, so when I do a lookup, it tells me that the machine's called Livestream. It might be one of them ones where I need to get my version 2 stuff working a little bit better. Oh, shit. Right, I need... There we go. You got to be quick, otherwise you lose... the ability to log into this. So if I do ls/etc init.d, have I got... Fuck's sake, I haven't got it in there. Just named host name. Unique name. Right, so let's add this then in. Right, let's do umount. So I add that there. Now, if I fire this through, just to show you, you can see we've got the Firefox builds there. Excellent. So yeah, so that's what I need to do. So if I use the if I use this program, Avidge, I don't know what I pronounce it. It should start broadcasting the host name properly. Then, yeah. Yeah, I'm alright. Thank you very much. Oh, fuck's sake! You got one job, Tommy, and that's it. Like, I'll run gnome for you. Right, so we're going to quickly rebuild this system then. We're just basically using all the bin packages that we've already built, so it'll get pretty fast. But as you can see, I've got a couple of new packages that need to be built, because we're going to start those by default, and it should hopefully mean that it'll start broadcasting the host name. I'll do it without for now because I want to fix this properly in version 2, but I'm just going to see if it fixes the issue for the boss man. Yeah, we'll make sure it is. That's the bit I need to remember. So when this finishes building, remind me that I need to set it. Having a Zoom meeting. Imagine having a Zoom meeting. Kind of need a Wii. Can someone have a Wii for me? I'm gonna have to go and have a piss. Sorry. All good now. Let me try and get my chat working again. I think, oh god. Right, so I've lost my chat. Let's have a quick recap. Anyone say anything interesting? I don't think we're using Network Manager. I don't think we can because we need to sometimes set static devices. So we do everything manually. But yeah, that would make sense. Hello YouTube people. So we'll let this build through quickly, shouldn't take too long. Can then look at doing some of the startup scripts a bit faster. No, systemd resolve's not on there. It's using OpenRC. So part of our QA is we use the Gentoo ISO to so what do I use for DNS? I use I think I use Google. Yeah, we use Google. So yeah, just, you know, your basic the HTTP CD. Which sets up to whatever is your resolve config, innit? I can show you in a second, but that's probably enough information. So what that'd be, NetIFRC, whatever it is, whatever Genevieve. Hi, Colopti, or Colopto. See you later, Tommy. Have a good playing with your Zoom calls. I'm not too sure if we got what will be going on in about 30 minutes, but we'll see. I do try and keep the streams for about 2 hours, but we shall see. Thank you very much. To be honest, I'm looking forward to going to bed soon. Yes, I know it's 10 AM, but my sleeping clock is all over the show. I wonder if that's the latest version of Chrome. Because it might be worth... Yeah, see, I don't really know what runs it either. Well, I guess that is the latest version. Excellent. Who's the maintainer for that? The issue I'm facing is that my machines, it all works on. It's only when my boss looks for it and whatever he uses, which I think he uses a Mac-based device. I wonder... Well, it seems to be part of this. Yeah, I think it is this. I think it's just literally this. I think Darmian got it. Yeah, I think it is this. Great, looks like I've got another fucking package to maintain, doesn't it? I wonder if it's worth looking at. Right, while that's working, we're probably going to have a look, see if it works with GCC 15 then. Because there's no maintainer. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I have no idea. If I do emerge, if I both ask, what I'm doing right now is making sure this compiles with GCC 15, because if it doesn't, I'm going to need to get that working sharpish. Oh, apparently I've already got it installed, and I already knew I had it installed, so... Okay, so now it's going to enable tests. Yeah, I don't like the fact that uses Qt5. So we might need to look today at giving that Qt6 support. Take a look how these test results go though. Oh, all 3 tests pass, that's a good sign. Oh shit. If I go... That's what I'm wondering. Let me... So what does it actually pull in? We need some more music. Why can't I see QT5? Right, enable GTK, yeah. Ah, there it is. Yeah, so that's that. What the fuck is it? Ah. I feel like I'm gonna have to go and look into this one later on. Right. So if I do... I need to start this service. Should just be that. So basically what I've did is I've told Catalyst to start that DNS server for me. So if I quickly rebuild this, The problem with bloody QT is I don't use it ever, so it's a nightmare every time I've got to go and have a look at anything. That's a problem for another day though. Doesn't need to worry about today. Yeah, basically. You can't win, can you? I mean, to be fair though, QT looks like shit no matter what theme you apply to it. But I don't get why Linux people would be so against theming. We ain't Mac over here, are we? No, it means GTK. QT's just shit in general. Even with a theme. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, you thought it was QT? No, it's GTK that are against theming. We're testing your theory. Remember when you said ages ago that I need this program that I'm not going to pronounce to fix that network issue? Well, we're testing it. So if it doesn't work, we can blame you. So basically, we set a custom host name on our systems, but not all lookups will report the correct name. So basically, we say we've got 10 machines, we want to give each machine a different name. Some software won't pick up the right name, so all my Linux machines pick up the right host name. Awahi. Was that Ada? Thank you. Yeah. You gave me a clue ages ago into what could do. No idea why I can remember this, you telling me this ages ago, but you did. And I'm just adding it to the image now. No, I'm not using muscle on the system. We're using Google Chrome, remember? No muscle here. You know what, I've never heard it ever said out loud. I know of the service. I've known about it for donkey's years. I just never heard anyone pronounce it. And you lot are all rude and mean to me, so if I mispronounce something, you take the piss. Wankers. Yay, Tommy's back. Let's all laugh at Tommy. I don't know what we're laughing about him for. Avahi. Avahi sounds quite right, to be honest. Whatever, Tommy, we can land on you is good enough. You know what I mean? Avahi. Fuck me. So many names going on. Let's just call it Derek. Gertrude. Sounds like some spell. Abracadabra. What have you got a Dexter for? Which Dexter? Is it Dexter as in the cartoon or Dexter as in the serial killer? Oh, you've already answered that question for me. Yeah. See, now I would have gone for Dexter the genius, you know, but... Yeah, that's it, the little boy one. Okay. So now what you can test is how easy it is to move our files over. So if I find... God's sake, where is it? Right, here we go. So I'm going to connect the image, which it has done. Then I'm going to mount /dev nbd partition 4 to mount USB. Then I'm going to copy home MLO live stream. So now I've copied everything over to here. I can unmount. Yeah. And if I load this image again, what we should see now is all our changes and our new program added. Give it a go. I just don't press enough on the keyboard, Maze. Right, if I do PSA... Hey, look, it's loaded it. Everything works. So, we have created a version 1.6 of our software. This basically is a complete up-to-date system using all the Python 3.13 fixes we've done. And yeah, fuck me. That's 2 weeks of my life fucking out of the way. Fucking hell. So these things look easy, but basically what all those Python updates we were doing for the last week or so was all leading up to this release. Again, it just shows you what our company does to help improve Linux. Well, I hope it does anyway. No, because I can't run thingy, but I can show you host name. Well, I mean, that would work anyway. What we do have, though, is... I show you... You know what? Don't you know what the company name is? Some alien tech or something like that? I can't remember. I just get the paycheck it when I make a sale. Yeah, so basically, good shout. Good shout. I can't remember how to set it up to do pinging. I'll have to do that another time. But right, anyway, it's been 2.5 hours. I'm ready for bed. Let's see who is about on the old streamy stuff. Where is Raid? There we go. We can go and see a Brody stream today. So we'll say goodbye to everyone on YouTube. Bye, YouTube people. If you come on next time, we'll show you how to make some distributions. But for now, let's go and check out on Brody and return the favour for the times he comes and raids our channel. Yeah. I'm a special type of person, you know. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later on. Thanks for coming.